Well, several political activists and organizations want to know who's behind the money influencing local legislators.
Now a member of the Baltimore City Council is pushing for more transparency in government. WMAR 2 News' Mark Roper is live for us at City Hall. Mark, how do they want to make sure voters know who's throwing their support behind those government officials?
Christian and Ashley, there's a bill up for discussion this morning that proposes to put more restrictions on lobbyists. Those are the people whose job it is to influence the decision-making process of politicians. And we are here this morning with Baltimore City Councilman Zeke Cohen. He is sponsoring the Transparency in Lobbying Act. So, Zeke, tell us, you don't often hear about politicians who are sponsoring bills that would influence their own decision-making process. How did this all come about?
Sure. So, Mark, one of the cornerstones of our democracy is the idea that citizens and journalists should have access and transparency to what the government is doing. Here at City Hall, our City Council has been working hard on some environmental justice, on equity laws. Yesterday, we banned the privatization of our water system. And today, I'm going to introduce in committee the Transparency in Lobbying Act. What this legislation would do is make it easier for the public to know what's going on inside the halls of City Hall. Specifically, it would create an online database where lobbyists would report when they've been meeting with legislators. It would create a harsher penalty for lobbyists that violate the ethics code, and it would force lobbyists to affirmatively disclose who they are and who they represent. And I want to be clear, this is not anti-lobbyist, it is pro-transparency, because we believe that the public should know what is going on within the halls of City Hall.
Doesn't the state already do something like this?
Sure. So the state has its own set of lobbying laws. What we are saying is that City Hall, Baltimore city government, we should tighten our own laws to make it more accessible to the public. We believe that in our local democracy here in Baltimore, the people should have access to what their legislators are doing. That's why I'm so proud to have almost unanimous support of my colleagues on the council. That's why we've been working incredibly hard in this council to introduce laws that will make our government more transparent.
And so how would this be reinforced?
Sure. So again, what this is going to do is create an online database. So if you, a journalist, if BAL or WMAR or any of our local TV news stations wants to know who's being paid to lobby city government, you can go online and you can check out the online database. There you'll be able to find reports of all the lobbyists who've been here. You'll be able to access them with an easy Google search. You'll be able to know who's being paid to influence the laws at City Hall. And we believe that you as a journalist and that our citizens should have access to that information, because if you can see what's going on, you know that there's nothing bad is happening within these halls, that we are making decisions on behalf of the public and not on behalf of moneyed interests.
Well, thank you, Zeke. Thank you for getting up with us this early this morning. And there is a public hearing this morning at 10 o'clock. If you'd like to attend, you might want to get here about 9:45 and make sure that you bring your ID so that you can get inside City Hall. Reporting live from City Hall, Mark Roper, WMAR 2 News.